Want to thank you all for sticking around today. Thank you for sticking around. My name is Joseph James. Welcome back to another installment of our daily review. We open up our live trade room every morning here at 7:30 a.m. and the first thing we do is we go into our morning prep. Our morning prep is posted for us on the blog. We go through the morning prep together. We talk about clearing our mind for mental prep, reviewing our trade plans, grabbing all of our checklists and our worksheets for our tools we need. And then we go over the news. We checked the news. We then checked all of our charts. Dollar was rising, everything else was falling, and we began to put together a plan of attack today. The most important thing we do every morning is to define our trading plan for that day, because then I can stick to that plan. If I don't define my trading plan before I get my day started, I have a hard time sticking to any plan because I don't have a plan yet. If I go into the day without a plan, I'm like a ship without a rudder. All right, I'm going to be bouncing all over the place. Every wave in the ocean will toss me around. I need to have some sort of direction to follow so I can have a frame of reference. Okay, if I don't, I'll never know who's in charge, who's winning the battle, bears or bulls. Okay, now we're going to go over the trades real quickly here. Had a really great day today, and it was probably made to be even better because we really had our butts kicked for the first hour and a half. We had over a 300-tick swing between 9:30 and 11 o'clock this morning, and we finished with just shy of 280 ticks. The fast track did over 300 ticks today. Now, before we talk about these, please be careful out there with your risk capital. Today was a great example where we called those trades in green. Well, we called all of them live here in real time. But after 10 o'clock this morning, though, we honed in and we gave all the members and the guests the abilities to keep selling retracements with us all the way down. So even though I'm going to recommend you be very careful out there as a guest, and even though I'm going to recommend you be very careful and very disciplined while you're learning, today was a fantastic example of how our fast track trades, we were able to give our members and our guests the exact entry, the exact target, and the exact stop. Okay, here's a great example of one today. Here's a great example of one of the trades we took today in the fast track. This was one of our biggest trades today on crude. It was called a mile in advance. In fact, you probably need more time on this than most because it was real sloppy at that time. And you'll see here, it's a two-step short. We had a bear channel. The bear channel, you can see right here, will sell the highs of the bear channel. Keep in mind, I tried to buy that bear channel first. I tried to buy here for a wave long. That's where I got my first trade loss today. What's a wave failure? A wave failure is a two-step. Now this one, I wrote down 25. I also later on gave you another one below the previous low of day as well for re-entry. And then if you remember this, I gave you one more re-entry on the 8 range. So there were 3 different chances for everybody in this trade to get involved today. The guests, we walked you right through it. The members, you've got your trading plan right in front of you. You've been trained on these patterns, so when you see me call it out, it reinforces your confidence. It reinforces your learning. And ain't nothing wrong with a 25 short to 06s, 76s, and 60s. All 3 targets were filled. And if you're wondering, could I have taken a wave pattern on the way down? Absolutely. Wave long failed, 2-step pattern short, winner 1. 13 wave pattern, winner 2. Could easily have re-entered on the 13 wave pattern. Bottom line is, guys, be careful out there while you're learning. But one of the great things about how we run this trade room is that we're dedicated to make sure that everyone who's here as a new trader gets those exact entries, those exact targets, and the exact stops. Now, first clue was the news this morning. The news this morning, Wednesday mornings always tell us something, right? What does a Wednesday morning tell us? Now remember, we wanted to look at the news overnight, the news today, and the news tomorrow. Remember, 3 things we look for the news. What happened overnight? We had very bearish news out of the UK. Ultimately, it was their retail sales number came in dramatically lower. We also kept hearing news chatter overnight from Greece, and they keep talking about this possible exit from the Eurozone. Bottom line is, this morning, we woke up this morning, we come in, 7:30, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, everything is very bearish market sentiment. this was a really big clue because, as you know, the first thing we're trying to do in the news is there anything that happened overnight that may give me a big clue? And if you remember today, the first thing we talked about today on the morning prep, and this is something I'm really passionate about, is making sure that our morning preps are very well tailored for us. And the very first thing you see on this thing is a bearish sentiment takes control of the markets. Okay? Dollar index heat map says bullish. We look to sell retracements. So if you read our morning prep today, and by the way, while you're here, make sure you follow the blog. Make sure you guys use the School of Trade review up top. Make sure you use Day Trading Strategies up top there, guys, okay? All my recaps are right here too. So we knew right away, dollar bullish, news overnight was bearish. That was the first little mini clue we got for the news. And then the rest of the news here, very, very wide open. CAT at 8:30, it's a minor